Hey guys, welcome back to Walk Wild. Today I'm going to be telling you how to pack for an around the world adventure. This is going to be for backpacking trips of around 6 months, maybe even longer. So what do I know about backpacking and how to prepare for trips like this? Well, if you've been following the channel, you'll know that I'm about to embark on the Pan American Highway, and I'm planning to be away for a year or a year and a half. In the past, I've also done trips such as the Trans-Siberian Railway. I've been trekking in India and Nepal. I've been backpacking around Australia and New Zealand, and then I've also been interrailing in Europe for 3 months. So I've had to do lots of adventures where I need to contain all my equipment and get everything into basically 2 bags, and that's the easiest way to do it, and I'm going to show you guys how you can do the same. I never go for suitcases. I know some people like them and they think they're quite handy and your clothes stay nice and neat and pressed, but if you're backpacking, those are not things you're going to be worried about, and you want to keep it as light as possible. You're going to be chucking bags on and off of planes, they're going to be going on cargo belts, they're going to be thrown into the back of a filthy bus, you're going to be pushing through cities and maybe taking them on treks. So they really need to be practical, and you need to kind of forget the idea that you're going to be bringing the kitchen sink with you and that everything's going to be really comfortable and easy to use. You need practical items is the number 1 tip there. And so for that, I've always opted just for hiking gear, like hiking rucksacks. I think that's the easiest way to do it, and that's how I like to pack my stuff, because I also incorporate it with outdoor adventures. Here's my cat come to join me. So let's look at these 2 bags. Here is my bigger bag, which is my hiking backpack. This is an Osprey Exos 48 litre. And I use this on all of my long distance hikes, and it's a recent upgrade. I actually haven't taken this one backpacking before, but I've used similar bags on my backpacking trips in the past. So this is the bag that goes in the hold. This is the one you're going to be throwing about, and this is the one that should be filled with all your clothes and no valuables whatsoever. This should be a bag that if you lose, it's annoying obviously, but it isn't the end of the world. In your hand luggage, this is where you keep absolutely everything important. Never put valuables and important stuff in this bag, because it's going to be the thing that's thrown around a lot. So just bear that in mind when you're beginning your packing. So we'll begin with this outer area. This is a tent. I'm bringing this with me because on this Pan American Highway trip, I'm going to be doing lots of hiking. That's one of the big aims. As you guys know, Walk Wild, I'm a hiker. I love all outdoor adventures, and I want to have my tent with me, so I've just decided to bring it. But I haven't brought that on trips in the past, just because it does add a bit of bulk. This outer pocket, I've got a waterproof poncho, which I like to use because it also doubles up as a tarp. And then I have got a cover for my backpack. What I like to do is I like to basically put this on my backpack whenever I'm putting it in a plane or in a bus, just because it keeps it all together, stops people fiddling around with the zips, and there's loads of straps, and I also like to clip up the handles and everything so it's not all flying about. But then when I'm hiking, obviously I use that if it's pouring it down with rain. Then there's also some space in there for anything else, but I've not used that currently. In here I have a pair of gloves, I have a hat, face mask, sign of the times, I have a black diamond head torch, which is basically used for rock climbing and hiking, and it's waterproof and incredibly durable, and that's a gift from my friends, a leaving present. And I've got waterproof bags, so I have lots of these throughout my bags, and they're lots of different sizes and different colours, so it helps me colour coordinate things. In this one I'm keeping my toiletries, so these are all the toiletries I'm bringing with me. I'm not going over the top, keeping it really simple. There's deodorant, medical kit, that's very important, hand gel, lip salve, the end of a razor. I mean, I can tie it to a stick if I need to shave, but I'm going to be growing a beard probably, just because it's easy. I've got an electric razor at home, I just didn't want to bring it with me. Need a little toothpaste, toothbrush which is cut off just so it doesn't jut out of the bag, some floss, nail clippers. That's it. I mean, unfortunately, having to say goodbye to hair gel or no cologne, nothing like that, that just has no place when you're backpacking. You don't need any of that stuff. Just bring the essentials to keep yourself basically sanitary and feeling good, but you can't really pamper yourself when you're out backpacking. It just doesn't work that way. If you do, you're just going to be bringing too much stuff and you're going to weigh yourself down. Also, don't forget you can buy things along the way. So I'm going to be buying sun cream and mosquito repellent when I'm out there. There's 2 areas when I get down to Central America or Mexico, wherever, that I'm just going to buy it because I'm traveling into autumn and winter in North America, so I don't really need that stuff right now, but I'll just get it along the way, it's no problem. Then I've got this zip pocket in here, water filter, again that's hiking based, spork, hiking, pack of cards. This is a good tip. I can't tell you the amount of times I've been in hostels, I've been on trains, I've been bored at an airport, and you can just whack out a game of cards. It's also good for if you want to do drinking games and stuff in hostels, if you want to make friends. People who have cards are generally quite popular. Eye mask. I don't really use it much, but it doesn't take up loads of space, so why not have it? Compass. This is for orienteering, all that sort of thing. So as you can see, I've basically got all the stuff I need for me to just hike. I wouldn't even have to stay in an accommodation when I arrived. I could probably just live off what I have here, so that's quite a handy thing to do. Now, this is very important. Padlock. So when you go to hostels, often you get cages or you get a little locker, but they don't always have locks on them, and you probably want to be having your own. On top of that, I have this thing, which is like a metal or a steel cable. And what I do is I wrap it around my bag or my valuables, and I clip it onto something. So if I'm sleeping, I don't need to worry about being pickpocketed. I can just wrap it through the zips as well, so no one can zip it open. Because unfortunately, if you are on a night bus, so I did this on the Trans-Siberian when I had to sleep on lots of trains, you can't have your wits about you at all times. If you have this little security clip, then it really makes you feel a lot safer, and you don't need to worry about your stuff as much, and you can sleep well. Also, this can be used in some hostels because these don't fit every hostel locker, so it's just good to have with you. So that's a good tip for security. This is a very warm jacket. This is essentially my Arctic jacket. It's got a fleece lining, it's waterproof, wind resistant, and I need to wear that when I'm in Canada and Alaska and it's sub-zero. Trail running shoes. So, you guys know I love trail running shoes. These are the Ultra Lone Peaks. I use these on all my hikes. They're not waterproof, unfortunately, but they're incredibly comfortable, really durable and resistant, and I love wearing them hiking. I've got these Timberland boots, which are waterproof and are resistant, so I'm taking those as my pairs of shoes, but these are for hiking, and they're great. I have a hoodie here. I always like having a hoodie. I always like having one hood with me because generally when you're sleeping on buses or trains, you like to put your hood up and lean against the window. I've always found that, I don't know why, if it's raining or something. And this hoodie is it's Carhartt, so it's specially made for outdoors, and it's water resistant and windproof, so that's a great hoodie. Quite bulky is the only thing, but I decided to bring it with me anyway. One flannel shirt. This is in case I need to look slightly smart. I've got at least a bit of a collar, so it's always good to bring one shirt with you, but don't go crazy on shirts because you're not going to be doing like loads of nice things at expensive nightclubs and luxury restaurants, so just don't worry about bringing loads of smart stuff like that. Pair of shorts, always essential, because I like to wear those in the evening as well when it's to be comfortable in a hostel or something, but it's also if it's hot during the day. Swimming trunks. On previous travels, I've just bought one pair and I've used them for the same thing, but because I'm going for so long this time, I thought I'd just bring both. Now we're getting to the t-shirts. So, I can't give you too much advice on t-shirts. What I would say is just bring what you like and bring a variety of colours. I think I've bought 5 t-shirts here, maybe 6. So I don't go more than that. You're rarely going to need to go more than a week wearing all the same stuff, and you can just wash once a week and that should be good enough. So I've got a stack of a few t-shirts there. Again, just throw them away if you need to and buy more along the way. Another waterproof bag. In here I've just got socks. Again, I've gone for 5 pairs of socks. A variety of ankle socks, regular cotton socks, and then hiking socks, which are more of like a special blend of material, so they're wicking away moisture and that kind of thing. So I have a variety of socks in case I need to wear them in different conditions. And then underwear, just 5 pairs of underwear again. That's done. Another waterproof bag. So in here, this is my hiking wear. These are the things I wear when I'm out on the trail. So I have thermals, like leggings. Those are going to be used a lot in the cold weather, that's for sure. This is like an Under Armour hiking shirt. So it's like a sports shirt. This is a sun hoodie, which I also use on the trail. And these are the socks I'm talking about. So these are specialist hiking socks. Got a few pairs here. Again, another thermal layer. This is for t-shirt or long sleeve. It's kind of like lycra material. Snud, wear around my neck. And then one last pair of socks. These are the weird socks I like that have the toes. They put in between your toes because it stops you getting blisters. Feel strange at first, but they're actually great. So I'll share a link to everything below, by the way, guys. That's a pointer. So if you like the look of some of the stuff, I'll share as much as I can because some of it I don't even know where it's come from. Now we're getting to the bottom of the bag. We have a stove. So my stove fits nicely in there in the pot, and you just fill that up with water, and it's great for making your dinner. Porridge, breakfast, pasta from that. I've got other videos which I'll link down below which show you how I cook when I'm on the trail. Cup for tea, coffee, whatever. Blow up pillow. That's a great addition if you're camping. I mean, you can just use your clothes, but it doesn't add on much, I don't think. Microfiber towel. Lots of hostels don't provide towels. If they do, they're going to ask you to pay for them, so just bring one of these. They're terrible, they never dry. The first shower you have will be wet for the rest of your trip, but that's just what it is to be backpacking. It's fun. Waterproof trousers, again a great addition to the kit. Sleeping bag liner. This is just so you don't have to wash your sleeping bag every time. It makes you a bit warmer as well. You just slip into this, then this is the thing you wash, and it just makes it much easier. So the one thing I don't have in here is my sleeping bag. I'm not sure I can fit it in, and I don't think it's going to be warm enough for what is the conditions in North America, so I thought I'd leave it out and just buy another one when I get there, to be honest. A down sleeping bag I think is needed. Then on the sides I've got some of these slides which I like to wear. It's quite good in hostels, and again in night when you're on trains, you need to go to the toilet at night, or if you're going down to the beach, these are just really easy to slip on. You can use flip-flops, but I think those are actually more comfortable. Then I've got the poles for my tent. And that is everything done for that backpack. So that's basically all that stuff I've been able to fit in there. Now on to hand luggage. So this is a Berghaus, I think it's a 24 litre. I recently got this. It's an amazing backpack. I use it for hiking, really comfy. Water repellent, and so on the side here I have a water bottle. This is a Camelback. Always bring this water bottle like this with you, because a lot of the time you're going to be out and you're going to have to spend money on water. So it's good to just bring this with you and fill up at the hostel every day before you go anywhere. Then next I have a speaker. This I've probably, some trips I've brought this on, others I've left it behind. It really depends. Because James and I are going travelling with, they're going to be living in a van, I thought I'd want us to have it. If you're in a hostel, you know, you can't really play this unless everyone wants to listen as well. So if you're pre-drinking and stuff, then it's good, but otherwise, not really. So I've got this front outer pocket here. So I've got my cap. I always wear my cap. I live in a cap when I'm travelling, I don't know why. Sunglasses, these are Ray-Bans that, I mean, I just love these sunglasses, but they're not particularly practical. I'm maybe going to have to get another pair of Oakleys or something. I haven't really decided yet, but something I can use for hiking and climbing. These aren't too practical, but I just like them. Little soft case with some stuff in here. So I've got a portable charger, which is extremely useful for both hiking and hostels. Sometimes I get into a hostel and there's literally one plug and it's being used by everyone. Or if you're on a train, there aren't any plugs. Or if you're out camping and your phone dies, it's always great to have one of these, so invest in that. This is an external hard drive. This is 1 terabyte. This is essential for backing up any footage I make and photos, and it's just good to have all your stuff backed up on there anyway. Kindle, I read a huge amount when I'm away. It's one of my favourite things to do when I'm travelling, and books just don't cut it. I could get through a book a day sometimes, so I need to have a Kindle where I can store a whole library on here. This is backlit as well, so if I'm in a situation where I don't have a torch and I don't want to disturb people, I can just turn up the brightness and read it. So this is absolutely essential piece of kit. I keep saying it's essentials because there's not much here and they're all essentials in a way. Pens, so I mean, I don't need to explain why you need to use those. Sometimes you need to fill out boarding cards, sometimes you want to do drawing, maybe you want to make notes if you're bringing in a notebook, all that kind of stuff. Headphones, I don't like the big bulky headphones, so I just use these earbud ones. These are just from Sony or Sennheiser, something like that. So make sure you always have good headphones with you. You can have noise cancelling if you want, but it doesn't matter too much to me. And I've got credit cards in there as well. So I usually like to, in terms of finance, I can make another video about that because that's quite complicated, but I like to just bring 2 cards with me and my driver's license, and that's it. I don't go more than that. 1 card I take and use for all my spending, and then I have another card as emergency, and that's worked out for me up till now. Then the main pocket, we have a fleece. I like to just have that for the flight. North Face, zip on. Also can take hiking, as with the rest of my gear. Tracksuits, which again can be worn on the flight and are great to have in hostels for whenever you're lounging about. My camera bag, so I'm filming right now, but this is going to be obviously where I put my camera and store it in here. I want to have easy access so I can film on the go. Another waterproof bag. This one is filled with chargers. I try to bring just 1 charger per slot, so just 1 micro USB, 1 for my iPhone, 1 for etc. Laptop obviously, and so you don't want to bring too many chargers, but it's kind of unavoidable because lots of different electronics have different inputs. Then I have my laptop, so I've got to get a good case for it. This is my Mac. I've had this for 5-6 years, and it's where I do all my writing and all my work and my film editing. So this is, I've never brought my laptop with me before on a trip, but this one is different because I'm going to be working along the way. And previously when I've been writing, I usually write in notebooks, and then I have to get back home and copy it all up onto my laptop again. So this time I'm just doing it all in here, which is why I need to back it up on my external hard drive. And I also have cloud software that I use so I can send everything to the cloud. So if this gets lost and this gets lost, I'm not going to lose an entire book, and I'm not going to lose all the footage I've made for this trip so far. So laptop. And I have one of these pouches, these little folders. I always bring one of these with me. I just print off everything I can think of. I print off flight tickets, I print off copies of my passport, my driver's license, I print off copies of my tax forms, my travel insurance. In this case, I've also had to print off my COVID certificates that I'm vaccinated, and I've got international driving license. I need 3 of these, so I've got those in there. I've also got photos. These are of James, but I've got photos of me in there as well. Keep my passport in there. Copies of yellow fever vaccination, literally everything you can think of. You will be shocked at how much you'll find this useful. Another tip I also do is that same stuff, I send it to a family member. So I've got copies of it all on my computer, and I then send it electronically to my mum or my dad, and then if I need something and I lose this and I can't access my laptop, they can forward it through to me. So that's just sort of as an emergency. But that is the last item. That's everything. So here you go, guys. That's what you need to take with you. I'd be interested to know if you bring anything different, or if you think anything is not required that I bring myself, but I think I keep it pretty concise, and this has worked brilliantly for me. I've got better and better at making my equipment smaller and smaller, and what I have here is also things I can wear layer after layer after layer, so they all sort of fit into each other, which again is a great way to save space. I know it's so tempting to bring lots of stuff, but honestly, just bring as little as you possibly can, and you're going to feel so much better for it. You actually feel more liberated, it's more freeing. I often think about things like, do I need jeans? And I'm an R about it, and ultimately I'm like, yes, probably I do. It is actually great having jeans when you're walking around the city. You don't always want to be in hiking trousers or trackies, so some things like that are worth it, but in general, just keep it as light as possible. Please, guys, ask me any questions you have. I'm very happy to answer them. I'm going to be making more videos like this, telling you how to travel, how to do adventures, and generally to go on these big trips. And if you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe as always, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks.